Anna stood at the checkout counter, and her hands were shaking when the cashier threw the words at her with contempt. The cashier said that Anna seriously thought her pathetic pennies would buy all this. The 73-year-old woman looked at her basket of groceries. Bread, milk, the cheapest sausage, a pack of tea. Her pension lasted a month only if she saved on everything. She had counted the money 3 times at home, knowing exactly that it would be enough. But prices had risen again. She whispered that she was short 30 rubles. She felt burning in her eyes. The cashier rolled her eyes. Young, about 25, with bright manicure and an arrogant look. The cashier told her to remove something. She said this was not a charity. She asked if Anna saw that people were standing in line. Anna turned around. Behind her were about 5 people. Someone had already started sighing with irritation. A woman of about 40 was looking at her phone, demonstratively not noticing what was happening. A man in a suit was checking his watch. No one met her gaze. She felt her cheeks turning red. The weight in her chest became unbearable. This was it. Public humiliation. In the store where she had bought groceries for 20 years. Among people, some of whom probably knew her. She whispered that she would remove the milk. She extended a trembling hand to the basket. Someone from the queue shouted to hurry up already. The cashier smirked. She told Anna to remove the tea too. She said it still would not be enough. Anna felt tears coming to her eyes. She began to put products back. Her hands were shaking so much that she almost dropped the milk bottle. In that moment, she felt smaller than ever in her life, as if she was not a person, just an obstacle, an annoying old woman who dared to waste other people's time. The silence around was deafening. No one said a word. No one offered to help. Everyone just wanted this awkward situation to end quickly so they could pay and leave. This was the world now. Cold, indifferent, where the weak were simply invisible. She had already removed the milk and tea. She reached for the sausage with a sinking heart, knowing that she would have only bread for the next few days. Again, like last month, and the month before that. And then she heard a sound. A deep rumble, growing louder. The glass doors of the store shuddered. The roar of motorcycle engines. Powerful, aggressive, getting closer. People at the checkout turned to the entrance. Through the glass doors, 6 motorcycles could be seen pulling into the parking lot. Big machines, chrome shining in the sun, and the riders. Leather jackets, tattoos on arms and necks, massive boots, long beards, chains, bandanas. The kind of people that society taught to fear. The motorcycles stopped. The engines went silent. 6 men got off their bikes. Each one looked like he had seen more of life than most people see in a lifetime. Scars, hard looks, weathered faces. They walked toward the store entrance. The automatic doors opened. The bikers entered. Their boots thudded on the floor. The whole store seemed to hold its breath. People instinctively stepped aside. The cashier who had been so bold a minute ago suddenly became very quiet. The bikers walked directly to the checkout where Anna stood. She froze, her heart pounding. What did they want? Maybe they would yell at her too for holding up the line? The first biker stopped next to her. He was huge, at least 6'5". A gray beard almost to his chest, arms covered in tattoos, a scar across his cheek. He looked at Anna, then at her basket with the remaining bread and cheap sausage, then at the cashier. His voice was deep and calm when he spoke. He asked how much was missing. Anna could barely breathe. She whispered, 30 rubles. The biker pulled out his wallet. He took out a bill, but not 30 rubles. He placed 500 rubles on the counter. He said to give her everything she had in the basket initially, and to add anything else she needed. Anna stared at him, her lips trembling. She tried to say something, but no words came out. The second biker, shorter but just as imposing, stepped forward. He told the cashier to add 2 more packages of that sausage, and good cheese, and fruits. He said to put in apples and bananas. The third biker said to add vegetables, and chicken, real chicken, not the cheapest one. The cashier stood with her mouth open. Her arrogance had completely disappeared. She began quickly scanning items with shaking hands. The fourth biker looked directly at the cashier. His voice was quiet, but there was steel in it. He said that his mother was also 73. He said that if anyone treated his mother the way this cashier treated this woman, he would have a serious conversation with that person. He said the cashier should be ashamed. The cashier turned pale. She whispered an apology. The fifth biker turned to the people in line. He said that they all saw what happened. He said that next time when they see an old person struggling, they should help instead of sighing with irritation. He said that each of them would be old someday. He asked if they would want to be treated this way. The woman who had been looking at her phone suddenly found something very interesting on the floor. The man in the suit coughed and looked away. The sixth biker picked up Anna's bags. He said he would carry them to her home. He asked where she lived. Anna finally found her voice. She said it was not far, just 2 blocks away, but she could carry them herself. The biker smiled, a surprisingly warm smile that completely transformed his stern face. He said nonsense. He said they had motorcycles. He said it would take 2 minutes. He asked which one of them would have the honor of giving her a ride home. Tears rolled down Anna's cheeks. But these were different tears, not tears of humiliation, tears of gratitude, of relief, of restored faith in humanity. She whispered, "Thank you." She said, "Thank you so much." The first biker, the one with the gray beard, carefully took her hand. He said she had nothing to thank them for. He said that those who have strength must protect those who need protection. He said that this was the law, not the law of the state, the law of honor, the law of being human. He said that his club was called the Steel Brotherhood. He said they were not angels. They had made many mistakes in life, but they knew one thing for certain. He said that a society was judged not by how it treats the strong, but by how it treats the weak. The other bikers nodded. One of them added that his grandmother had raised him. He said she had worked 3 jobs to feed him. He said he would never forget that. He said that every old woman he sees reminds him of her. He said that if he could help, he would always help. They put all the groceries in bags, much more than Anna had originally wanted to buy. The first biker carefully helped her out of the store. The others followed, carrying the bags. In the parking lot, they carefully placed everything in the sidecar of one of the motorcycles. The biker with the gray beard asked if she had ever ridden a motorcycle. Anna shook her head. She said never. He smiled. He said then today would be her first time. He said to hold on tight. He promised to drive very carefully. And so Anna, 73 years old, who 10 minutes ago had been publicly humiliated and stood on the verge of tears, now sat in the sidecar of a huge motorcycle, surrounded by bikers who looked like they had stepped out of an action movie. They drove slowly, very carefully. The biker kept his promise. In 2 minutes, they stopped at her building. They carried all the bags up to her apartment on the 3rd floor. They refused tea. They refused to stay. They said they had to go. But before leaving, the one with the gray beard gave her a card. He said that if she ever needed anything, she should call. He said anything at all. He said if someone offended her, if she needed help, if she was just lonely and wanted to talk, he said they would come. Anna stood in her doorway, holding that card, and watched them leave. 6 huge men in leather jackets, with tattoos and scars, whom society had taught her to fear, who turned out to be the kindest people she had met in a very long time. When they drove away, Anna went into her apartment. She unpacked the groceries. There was so much, more than she had bought in 6 months. She sat at the table and cried. But these were good tears. And somewhere in the city, 6 bikers drove on, not thinking they had done anything special. For them, it was simple. Someone needed help. They helped. That was all. But for Anna, this day changed everything. She realized something important. Kindness does not depend on appearance. Strength does not mean cruelty. And real heroes rarely look like heroes from movies. This is a story about how sometimes protection comes from where you least expect it, from those whom society taught you to fear, from those who know what it means to be judged by appearance, from those who decided that if they have strength, they will use it to protect, not to hurt. Because in this world, there are people who see an old woman being humiliated and turn away. And there are those who stop, turn around, and say enough. No more. And you know what? We need more of the second kind. Much more. So the next time you see someone vulnerable, someone in trouble, someone who needs help, do not turn away. Do not look at your phone. Do not check your watch. Be the one who stops. Be the one who helps. Be the one who protects. Because in this world, we need defenders, and that can be you.